And we're back to talk about observation, feedback, and revision. And what I like to think about is our journey to teaching mastery. The objectives of this short video will be um, just around two key objectives. We want to make sure that you can walk away being able to identify the structures that are in place in E.L. Haynes to support the teaching cycle of improvement in order to evaluate the impact on your professional development, and we want you to be able to summarize the standards for the teaching competence in order to assess your areas of strength and growth. Want to highlight a couple of things. Notice the low order Bloom's verb and the higher order Bloom's verb. Identify, evaluate, and summarize and assess. So let's always talk about our transfer goal. I always like to talk about it just to make sure that we are planning with the end in mind. We want to make sure that every student is prepared to succeed at the college of their choice because we want them to be successful individuals, active community members, and responsible citizens. How do we get there? Effective teaching. We want to believe that intelligence is not fixed. Teachers and learners, everyone can get smarter, but we have to be crystal clear about what our expectations are for both teaching and learning. And we know that excellence is a habit that can be developed through feedback and revision, and that's pretty much the spirit of this conversation today that we're having. So let's talk about the structures that are in place to support mastery teaching. There are three primary structures that I want to introduce today. We have the walkthroughs, and that's primarily between leadership team and leadership team. For example, the leadership team of the lower campus for pre-K 3 to second grade might do a walkthrough of the upper campus to give me feedback on my work. That's going to happen weekly, and that's a formative assessment. We'll also have instructional rounds at the high school, and that structure is primarily between two teachers, and we'll try to get that cycle to occur at least two observations per week, and that's also formative. And finally, we have observations that will be conducted between the teacher supervisor and the teacher, and those are ongoing, and those are summative. So let's think about think for a couple of seconds. Which of the following structures will help you become a more effective teacher? Will it be walkthroughs? Will it be instructional rounds? Or will it be observations? Think think for a couple of seconds of your past experience. Which do you think will help you become a more effective teacher? All right, keep that in the back of your head as we continue to move forward. So, according to the new teacher project, there were three levers that schools can pull to make sure that we are progressing to our student achievement goals. And after compiling tons of research of charter schools from around DC and also charter schools and their network, they found that when there was a common vision for effective teaching, when expectations for teaching are clearly defined, and when teachers felt that there's a commitment to improving instructional practice, that these three levers are the ones that had direct correlations to student achievement. So these are the three that we're going to focus on. And at E.L. Haynes, our teacher competency document is designed to clearly define effective teaching, define those expectations, and we're giving feedback in a way so that teachers can constantly improve their practice. So I just touched on these points before, but the whole goal of the teacher competency document is just to support improvement because we believe that excellence is a habit that has to be cultivated with feedback and revision. So at this time, attached to your email should be a copy of the teacher competency document. I want you to explore the attached competency document and think about what you notice and what are your areas of strength and your areas of growth. Take a decent amount of time to explore it because it is a dense document and we want to make sure, I personally want to make sure that you understand what is going to be expected to the point that on Friday we can ask deeper questions about what these pieces look like in practice. So we're at the end. We're going to try to close this up in about 5 minutes, but I want to make sure that you know through this 5-minute video we've identified the structures that support teaching. And we've also evaluated, you did a self-evaluation on their impact on your personal and professional development. We've also explored the standards for teaching competence with the teacher competency document, and we've assessed areas of strength and growth. So on Friday, this is just a quick drop, a quick introduction. We'll build a deeper understanding with the rubric together, but we want to make sure that that we've started this process um, today. So I hope we're generating questions about what the teacher competency document looks like and feels, and what it feels like in practice, and what it feels like to use it. And we'll get practice using it and building a deeper understanding together on Friday.